見上げた夜空の星たちの光見上げた夜空の星たちの光
Hey, welcome to my first anime review, and today I'll be reviewing Bleach. Bleach is one of those animes that is really popular, but you can't really tell why after the first few episodes. But once it gets going, it'll hook you, reel you in, and drag you for one thrilling ride. The plot revolves around Ichigo Kurosaki, or however the fuck you pronounce it, a normal 15-year-old boy who can see ghosts. But one day he meets a Soul Reaper named Rukia, accidentally steals her powers, and gets the job of a Soul Reaper fighting evil spirits named Hollows. Now copy and paste the word generic until you have enough words to fill a script, and you've just about got a synopsis of the first 15 episodes of Bleach. See, for me, the plot doesn't kick in until about episode 17 when they go to Soul Society, so if you have a short attention span, this really is not the show for you. For those of you with more patience and can stomach the slow pace and generic spoonfuls that are the first 15 episodes of Bleach, let's talk about the characters. Ichigo is your typical main character, who fights for all things good and seems to have an infinite supply of power coming out of his arse whenever there's a slight hint of trouble. Then there's Rukia, who despite her looks is actually about 500 years old and has a weird bunny fetish. And Chad, who's in the same year as Ichigo but has the body of a 25-year-old and the voice of a 30-year-old probably because he's been held back for 10 years. Orihime, the tipsy, clumsy character whose brain is stored in her tits. Actually, just about everything else is stored in her tits for that matter. Now Ishida, the geeky type character I suppose, who tries to act tough to look cool in front of all his quincy friends, but fails because they're all dead. And finally Renji, the short-fused, hot-headed character who cares more about the size of his sword than the size of his cock. Well, I could go on to describe all the other characters in Bleach, but the cast in this anime is so large it could probably rival the entire population of Sweden. Let's see, for the captains alone in Soul Society, there's Captain Lungcancer, Captain Bitch Ninja, Captain Freakshow, Captain Complete Hypocrite, Captain Arsehole, Captain Clark Kent, Captain Better Than You, Captain Grumpy Pants, Captain Mum, Captain Grabass, Captain Senile, Captain Buckethead, oh, and Kenpachi. Let's not forget all the lieutenants, seated officers, Arancars, Vizards, ex-Soul Reapers, high school kids, Bountos, and you get an idea of the sheer amount of characters in this series. See, this anime just has the tactic of throwing a bundle of characters at you, and it expects you to memorise and keep up with them all. Now, I don't know about you, but I had trouble memorising all the characters' names, let alone their past histories, their previous squads, their relation to other characters, their sword names, their favourite food, and name their dogs, all because I missed that little bit of dialogue in that one episode. It seems that the author didn't know who his target audience was, so instead he just opted into throwing every anime stereotype at the hope that we would relate to one of them. Then when he realised that he couldn't possibly develop them all, he just tried to solve the problem by introducing more characters. Having said that, you'll find at least one character you'll like. Since there are so many to choose from, it's near impossible to not find one character who you can relate to. Let's talk about the action in Bleach. The action is pretty good, but nothing we haven't seen before, though it does add a dash of stylishness which does set it above other action animes. See, they have this thing in Bleach where each sword, or Zanbatsu, has its own special ability and name. Kinda like Pokemon, except they don't have to train them or raise them and it's not gay. With the direction the anime is going now, it seems that it's gone sick with the case of Dragon Ball Z Fever, with endless supply of power-ups coming out of everyone's arses and overly long training episodes. Despite that, I did thoroughly enjoy this anime and still consider the second arc one of the best shonen arcs out there. Overall, I give this anime a 7 out of 10.